Aston Villa 1, Bournemouth 2. Premier League fan cams are back on the Villa View. Let's hear what the fans have got to say. Rich, we're back in the Premier League. We've made some mistakes. We've done some good stuff. How did you see the game?
Yeah, lost the first 2 games, but ultimately for me there's a lot of positive from both Spurs and what we've seen today. We outplayed Bournemouth for the majority of the game. Heaton, an uncharacteristic error for someone of his experience in the league. Yeah, Wilson's going away from him when he puts his foot in, and then the second goal, just a step over. He's obviously had a shout, no one there, and then big deflection off Mings as well as with the shot. So you make your own luck in the Premier League, and 3 out of the 4 of the goals we've conceded so far have all been from deflections or individual mistakes. This ain't the EFL. You get punished for your mistakes, but ultimately we were the better side today and we played some decent football.
We played well, but you just can't afford to make those mistakes in the Premier League. Maybe you can get away with them a few times in the Championship, but we've stepped it up now a level to the Premier League, and you can't be making mistakes. You've got to be on your top of your game. But as well as there being a lot of positives to take from it, we scored good goals. Douglas Luiz looked very good. We have just got to knuckle down and play better at Villa Park. So obviously we will get better, but I don't know.
Got to be a little bit quicker when we release the ball. Okay, it was a silly penalty to begin with. It was a straight up penalty. It was a penalty, blatant penalty. And the second one, it's a massive deflection off Mings, and I don't think you can do much about it. You can't blame the keeper. It's just individual areas have cost us, but there was very encouraging signs. I think it took the midfield quite a while to get into the game, but when it did, it got going and it looked like we were going to push on and get for a second, but we are really lacking some options up front. Wesley, he doesn't look encouraging. Like, I think when Davies come on, I think Davies did more in that 10 minutes than Wesley did, if I'm being honest.
Well, I was really excited coming into it because the atmosphere was electric inside the ground. I mean, everyone seemed up for it, and the mood was dampened inside a minute when Tom Heaton came rushing out his box. And it's almost, you allude back to the typical Villa, don't you? Typical Villa of the Premier League. But, I think we grew into the game after individual errors cost us and also team errors, but that's natural. It's a new team, and I think we will grow into the league just like we grew into the game today. I mean, second half, we came out and we looked like we wanted it.
Yeah. Just it's disappointing, isn't it? It's reminding me of when we lost 2-0 to Albion. We're not looking for it there. We're passing it right, we're passing it to the back. We're not doing anything with it. We've got so many attacking opportunities and we're just passing it back. There's no point in it, because if you've got the opportunity, even if they're blocking it, look for that.
I'm not as disappointed. Yes, we lost, but I did think we played really well. And it was just those stupid kind of little mistakes and everything just seemed to go way, didn't it? But kind of overall, I thought we played really well, and I'm coming away. But obviously, I'm disappointed because we lost. But I feel optimistic as well, because I do think we played well, and if we play like that here at Villa Park, we are going to pick up points. But it's just those silly little errors, and you can see, whereas those kind of errors you could possibly get away with before, but not in the Premier League.
It was a tough game for us. Bournemouth, good side. Been in the Premier League for 5 seasons now, and you can see the quality that they have on the pitch. But for us, it was very tough. It was hard to get on the ball, find spaces and try to get a goal. But the 2 early goals for us when we conceded, it was hard. It was too early as well.
It's harsh. It's a cruel, harsh game, but that's what we're up here in this league for. Like, I'd rather be up here doing that than watching it on Quest and losing to Rotherham like that. No respect for Rotherham, but that's the way it is. But there is encouraging signs, but time's running out. But it's the same old story. It's like what we all need to stick together, because if we don't, we've just wasted literally four seasons.
Do you feel a bit sorry for Engels and Mings, because we've shipped 5 goals in 2 games? I don't think they've done a fat lot wrong.
Their partnership's developing. I think they're a really good partnership. I think Mings
colossal, really, isn't he?
Yeah.
Same with Engels. I think Engels' headers today, when the ball came to him, it's just a bit off. But if I had to pick him out of the match today, it'd probably be Mings.
McGinn, I think he was our main man in attack today, if I'm honest. I'll be honest, I don't want to criticise him too much. Grealish did have an off day today, and I'm sure he'd be the first to admit that.
Yeah, he would.
But what I would say, and Luis as well, I think he had a bit of an off day in the first half. But what I'd say about those two players, in the second half, they particularly showed great character, great resilience to come back. I mean, Luis, not only with his goal, I thought he played really well in the second half, to be fair. And Grealish was spraying the ball left, right and centre in the second half too. But what I'd still say about Jack's performance, and maybe one or two of the other players as well, is they're not quite playing with that swagger or that confidence yet, and I'm sure that will come with time.
But as I said, that was the only thing for me that we lacked today, a little bit of cutting edge. Wesley played well, but if he's holding up, he had no one to feed onto, or no one to feed off. And again, the classic at the end of the second half, he gets the ball, he's in the corner, and he's got no outlay for it. So does he switch 4-4-2 and give him? But he needs an outlet. But Wesley played well, and again, Louise for me is the CDM we've been crying out for, because other than the step over, he was again superb today.
In January as well, we need another striker, because we've got Keenan Davis and Jonathan Codger, who I'm thinking they're not good enough to be back up to Wesley, because Wesley's good. He's just not finding the opportunities. When we brought Keenan on, it's like, it's a mistake here. Because Keenan's just going to lose the ball. He's not ready for the Premier.
He's not playing like a 22 million quid striker. But I don't think he's a goal-scoring striker.
Well, we don't know yet, do we? It's very early.
But he's the same sort of player as Jack Grealish. That's how I've seen him, because he's been dragging players out of the game. That's what Grealish does as well. Grealish needs to learn that you can't dilly-dally on the ball in this league.
Yeah.
You're not going to get time and space. McGinn needs to learn that as well.
I think the midfield needs to improve a bit more, and I hate to break it to teenage girls, Jack Grealish is subpar at the moment. He needs to step up, I think. No, not North Tottenham. I don't think. I think he looks out of his depth. I think at this rate he looks a bit like he was a big fish at small pond winning Championship. Don't get me wrong, I'm not slagging him off. I want him to improve, but at the moment I just think he needs to step his game up. But overall, definite positives. I don't think we should be so negative.
I thought Jack struggled the last 15-20 minutes. Yeah. Physically. And to be honest, he's looked like that in the last 3 or 4 games where he's played 90 minutes. He seems to be tightening up. He's doing a lot of stretching. And
I think he's carrying a knock.
He could well be, yeah. Could well be, yeah. On the positive sides, I thought Diaz, after his first 10 minutes, 15 minutes, settled in. And I said to all my mates, you watch him, he will score some cracking goals. And it was a cracking goal. It really was. But we had the chances, so it's not all doom and gloom.
Grealish was quiet. He was quiet. McGinn was probably looking most likely to score until Douglas. I mean, he probably should have scored.
Yeah, in the first half.
Yeah. Well, we should have scored as a team in the first half. The amount of chances we had, and that's what costs you at this level. You have to take your chances against any club, top clubs, small clubs. You have to take your chances, because there's no easy game in this league.
We'll get better though, won't we?
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, the team will gel every day on the training pitch, and it's just a matter of time. But we do need to pick up our first points, because otherwise the pundits will start to turn on us.
But I think the problem is at the moment we're still gelling.
Yeah.
As a team, we are adapting to the Premier League. I mean, players are adapting to themselves in each other's team, and also the pace of the league. But I've seen enough today that I think we will be okay.
Who do you think stood out today? Trezeguet had a good game, didn't he?
Yeah, Trezeguet had a good game, but I'm gonna have to give it to Douglas Luiz. Yeah, Douglas Luiz. Apart from that step over he did, which led to their second goal, he was outstanding.
Who do you think man of the match today?
Ooh, good question. I'll probably have to go with Mings personally. No, it's me. Sorry, mate. Sorry, mate. You have to edit that. But yes,
Oh dear.
Oh my God. I'm embarrassed.
Are you doing fan cams? That's fine. He will leave me now. Oh my God.
What a popular man.
Take it. I'll drag this guy. He's been waiting for ages. You okay?
Yeah, we'll leave it at that.
You sure?
Yeah.
See you later. Get back on that phone. Quickly get on the call back. See you later.
I heard here coming here today, we're going to win easy, 2-0, 3-0. It was never going to be easy. See, I don't really get this big, we're going to win easy today. It was never going to be easy. I did think we would win, but I didn't think it was going to be easy, that's for sure. And we've just got to chill. We'll be all right. We'll be all right.
Onwards and upwards, and I think we will pick up points this season. I think we will stay up. But it's going to be a tough season, obviously. There's going to be a lot of games where we're 1-0 down, 2-0, 3-0, whatever. But I think we're ready for that. I mean, even when we were 2-0 down, the atmosphere was still fully behind the team. That was so good to see. So, encouraging signs, onwards and upwards.
It's kind of like Spurs, where obviously we haven't won, but it's quite a positive loss, if you get what I mean.
I don't want to go back down there. I really don't want to go back down there. But I don't think we will. But we need to stick. We need players to be playing literally a 9 out of 10 every single week, because just to get a draw. Because we need to keep on running in this league, because we're going to I don't want to play catch up already. But I know it's 2 games and we can't start panicking and all that. And if anybody does Smith out all this crap already, it's just go down the road and support Small Leaf if you want to. Moan about we lost 2 games. We almost went out of existence nearly a year ago, and now look where we are now.
We've got to look at the positives at the end. We did really good. Bournemouth, what a team they are. They're a really good team. They've been in the Premier League for a few seasons now. And next team we've got Everton, and that's going to be another tough game. And we have to, get together and try win that game. Get our first points on the board if we can.
The atmosphere I thought was incredible. I mean, that yippee-yi-yo, Holt enders after they scored was the loudest I've ever heard it. And I thought, yes, and then even after we went 2-0 down, the atmosphere was great, and we're going to need that. We're going to need that all season. The fans have got to be behind them, no matter if it's 1-0, 2-0, because it's going to be a hard season, and we've got to be there. And I really liked that. It was so loud. I was like, yeah, come on.
A lot of people are saying, we must win today, we must win. It wasn't a must-win game, but we need to get something out of the game Friday, without a doubt. But I've been following these boys since 1965, and whatever league they're in, I'll follow them. I'll bleed claret and blue.
If you enjoyed that video, why not watch another? Click the video choices on screen now to go and watch them in full. Be sure to subscribe to the channel by clicking our logo there on the left. Easy peasy.